All right. All right. Welcome everybody to another episode of Black Chat Chronicles. Of course, I'm your host. Most of y'all already know me. I got a panel of five today, and we got three interesting topics, just like we did last week. Shout out to everybody who was with us last week. We got a new panelist to the chat this time. Zena, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourselves to the people.
Hi, my name is Zena Mache. I'm here on the East Coast in Philadelphia and happy to be here. Blessed. Looking
All
forward to
right.
this conversation.
All right. So I see some of you guys have already been active. Takari, you're already been active, sharing your experience on our topic, our first topic that we have. And I'm actually pretty excited about this one because I think it's an interesting take. It's something that, in my opinion, needs to be re-looked at. But the beauty of this is we actually have someone that is actually an attorney and works in that field. Maybe she can educate us on a lot of things that you know we may not be aware of. Because I'm just gonna go ahead and put keep it 100, and I'm pretty sure a lot of men agrees with me. Now, me personally, I haven't had to deal with anything in dealing with family court because I never had, I don't have any children yet, and I never had to battle for custody. But I've been hearing a lot of men and sometimes women too, complaining about the court system when it comes to that. So that's one of the topics we're definitely gonna dive in on. I'm gonna give it 30 more seconds to kind of give more people to go ahead and come in, and then we'll start diving in on it. Anybody got any thoughts though while we waiting?
Marriage is for business, especially for people who are well off, got money. Other than that, what
Hey,
kind of,
I
huh?
I was gonna say I totally disagree with you, man. It's not since I'm the only one that's actually, married. I don't know when only American people say that whole business shit. I never heard nobody else say it but American people saying marriage is for
That's
business.
kind
And
of the
most,
second topic though. I don't really want to jump too
oh,
much
okay,
behind that. That's the second one.
all right.
They kind of coexist a little bit, but
Duh, you can't be over there without.
yeah. But and I actually got a video on this one. What's up, support? So I actually got a video on this one here too, because for those of y'all that's aware, not aware of this, one of the reasons why they kind of made me want to touch on this topic here was this BS that I saw right here. I'm sorry. Hold on. What just happened? Don't tell me some oops. Oops, what?
You didn't
Yeah,
pay your
yeah.
cable bill.
Oops,
They hated
something
on
went.
me. They hit me with that oops.
Oh, she walla walla. Oh, she bang bang.
All right. Talking about some oops. So some of y'all might be aware of this, some of y'all may not. So Brittany Rayner and her mom basically was going at PJ Washington. For those of y'all that don't know who PJ Washington is, he's a NBA player. And apparently he was coming to get his son. And she was very upset with him because she said the baby was crying every time he has to go to him or whatever. And but if you ask me, I think it's more so because of she's angry that he's not with her no more. But as far as the custody, what the reason why to me this video is relevant is because she has primary custody of the child, you know, and obviously he's the clear breadwinner when it comes to it. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and share it, and then we can get more into the topic.
Okay, hold on, pause. This is what we're not doing. So every time that he does this, I'm gonna record this because that's not okay. I'm just letting you know. No, the thing is, this is the third time he's done it. This is the third time he's done it. He doesn't want to go with you. So actually show up. Actually show up and do something then with him. Because he does this every time. No, it's not. No, it's not. It ain't because anybody babysit him. You gonna give him his bag and stuff?
That's terrible. 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, no, it's not that at all. No, it's not. No, yeah, I will. But I'm telling you right now, every single time you come here and you cry, we're gonna record that. And it's up with me. Just know that it's up.
What'd you
She
say?
said it's up.
What'd you say?
I didn't stutter.
She said it's
I
up.
didn't hear you say it again.
Suck my dick.
If you had one, maybe I would.
Why is this
Pussy
on the internet?
Yeah, what the fuck you looking at?
That's on my way.
Get your bitch ass out my driveway, ho.
So basically, y'all saying I'm gonna cut it off with it ain't much left anyway. But anyways, as you can see, very toxic behavior between really the both of them.
Nah.
More
I
so,
ain't
Let's
gonna
go, Haiti.
each other.
Can I go first?
Hold on.
Let's go,
Let me
Haiti.
direct the question. Let me direct the question. So, pretty much, I think in a lot of these situations, first and foremost, I think us as dudes need to be more careful with who the hell we getting pregnant. That's the big. I think that's one of the biggest issues. Being more cautious with who we laying down with, unprotected. But we're here. But once that situation is already there, you know what I'm saying? You're already in the situation with the toxic individual that you're into it with. And like I said, she has primary custody. Now, I'm pretty sure it probably, I'm gonna give it a little bit of grace when it comes to this. It might be because since he's an NBA player, he's not able to be around the child as much. So perhaps that's the reason why she was granted primary custody about it. But in my opinion, I just think it's definitely, the system is definitely against men. And I mean, I'm gonna open it up for everybody else to, be able to dive in on it, on what they choose. I know Takari, you already made a strong take of your experience up in the chat already. But I'm gonna actually go to Frakila first because she's the one that knows the most about it. And my question for you is, from you actually being on the other side and knowing how the system works more, and I don't believe you're gonna be biased when it comes to it. Do you feel like the family court system is at least to a degree broken?
I mean, I feel like, of course, you could identify parts of family court that you probably would want to improve as someone who has been involved in that system.
So we're gonna say that's a yes. But
It is. I mean, in some degree, but I don't think that we should throw the whole family court out.
would you agree? Okay, we're not gonna give you the percentage that I said, when we was talking. But do you agree that it at least lean more towards lean more towards the
Mom.
mother. Yes.
So first, I think that it's important to know when you're dealing with different states in the United States, each state has different laws. So coming from someone who practices in Arizona, I don't believe that the family court favors moms simply because it is written in our statutes that the judges have to give both parents 50% of time, and they have to make, and both parents have the ability to make decisions for the kids, right? The only reason why you wouldn't get that is if something is going on with you, whether you're on drugs, whether you abuse alcohol, whether you are abusive, so it goes both ways. So it's not necessarily targeted towards dads. So though, if you're looking at the way the law is written, then no, it doesn't favor moms. Now, I'm not saying that you can't encounter judges who are pro mom or judges who are pro dad, but if you're looking at like the way the law is written, then it's equal for both parents in Arizona.
In Arizona. Okay.
Okay. Now, they cannot in Arizona. They can't. I mean, in the states, they can't put we favor mom or we're gonna designate mom primary parent. That's something that the court has to. Each individual judge has to make a decision on which parent is gonna be primary parent. So, it doesn't say in any of the laws in Arizona, and not in just Arizona, but it's just like a violation of the Constitution for them to say we favor mom. So
Well,
it just end up being that in a lot of cases.
well, I think they're definitely not going to. And we have an echo.
No, you have an echo.
Right.
Yeah,
You
that's
do
you,
too.
James.
No, it's not. It's not us.
Is it me?
No, I honestly, I think it's Sheila. She's the only one that has the mic.
Haiti, say something. Let me see if you echo.
Hey, hello? Hey, echo.
I think it's for Keelan.
What for Keelan?
I think you're the one that has the echo.
I don't have another phone number.
I still don't know what the heck pause when it starts.
Mute everybody until it's their turn to talk. There we go.
Yeah, but it's still gonna echo once they speak. Hold on.
Hello. It's not me.
Okay, you're good.
Testing.
It's not her.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay, the
Any
echo is
echo?
gone. Whatever the situation was is gone now, so we're fine. Anyways, back into it. I mean, what I was gonna say is, I don't think, obviously, they're gonna just blankly say, yeah, we're gonna favor the moms. Yeah, they're not gonna say that. But what they are gonna do is just do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like a white supremacist is not that's a judge. It's not gonna say, yeah, I'm a white supremacist. They're not gonna identify it as that, but their ruling is gonna show you that they are.
That's the way we set it up.
So I think it's interesting, with Haiti. I know you said you want to dive in. I'm gonna go ahead and let you go ahead and go. You can go and get what you were gonna say.
All right. My thing is like I agree with you. I agree with both of you, right? I don't think it's this. It's written laws. And my sister-in-law is going through a situation just like this. And the nigga, I mean, her husband moved into a place that favors him. There's only a few states. Arizona is one of those states that does favor men in a divorce or like in custody battle. Florida and Arizona so far is the only one I can remember right now. But for the most part, he always favor women. Like I'm not an expert, like she's a lawyer, she went to school for this shit. But for common sense, looking through and stuff like that, and let's keep it real with you, even us, and I have kids and everything like that. I feel like if a kid is under 12 years old, he or she should be with his mom most of the time and everything like that. I feel like that should be that's more natural. Even if they're both married and stuff like that, and the dad is around just as much as the mom, that's weird. You're supposed to be outside, working and stuff. But that's just my culture and stuff. Like I was trying to get to the very first part of it, where what were we talking about at the beginning part, where you said whose fault was it? Brittany, Ryan,
Brittany
Ryan,
and PJ.
come on. Obviously, I don't care if you're a man, women, they, them. I don't care. As soon as you take a phone out and try to record certain things,
True.
I feel like you already know right and wrong. I don't care what it is. Either you setting up somebody. I think that thing corny, because we don't supposed to be seeing this. This ain't supposed to be none of our business.
Facts. Yeah.
Think about it. There's somebody that record this stuff, edit it up a little bit, post it on social media with hashtags of your family bit. But how is that not lame to y'all? That's so corny. Like I don't care if the video show proof of you going through certain things and like that, him saying something his dick and all that stuff. Automatically, you already lose it in my book. It's supposed to be your situation, y'all situation and stuff like that. Then take a thing. And if that still work out, go to court and get that shit handled. But what you want to do is just try to be favorite in public opinion. And let's keep it real with you. Somebody like Brittany, we already know what she was doing. She took advantage of somebody that was younger than her. She took advantage of somebody that was stupid, that was in love with her, and she broke it off, not him. And I don't know what happened, and I'm not in the business, stuff like that, but I think I don't know, man. I just think it's real corny when somebody just record their family business. And I think her mom is an enabler. And I know her mom is an enabler. Looking at saying, what did you say? What did you say?
Actually,
What did you say?
yeah, the mom was the one recording. Yeah.
Yeah, she's an enabler.
She lived with them. Well, with Brittany.
Yeah, she has to. You see, Brittany, she be wilding out. She's a terrible mom. she over here with
Honestly, I don't know that much about her. But
Can-
go ahead and give your take. Let me hear what you got to say on this.
Me?
Yes.
Okay. I have no idea who these people are. And I don't have children, and I've never been to custody court. So I don't know. I think it's crazy that that's even on the internet for people to make an opinion about. Um, and I feel like there's a lot we don't know, especially if you've never been to custody court. But like someone was saying, every state's different, every situation is different. I wouldn't blanketly say that courts favor mothers just because I know some mothers who have not been favored. But yeah. Next topic.
Next topic.
Todd.
Yeah.
No, I don't really have much for that one. I mean, it's all I can say is chivalry is like the secret ingredient that was baked into the U.S. legal system to kind of tilt the scales towards the ladies, the mothers, the women. So, I mean, we have to be honest enough to say that we set it up. When I say we, I mean, man, we set up the system. And I think if I can make that historic connection, that's where they get the whole concept from. It's from, I think that's the Romans that had the chivalry stuff. So that's all I got for that.
Well, for me, I think it's clearly a major issue because for me, like I say, although I don't have kids and stuff yet, I got a lot of homeboys and stuff like that because I keep hearing this narrative that the black fathers don't want to be in their homes and stuff like that. Don't be trying to be involved with their kids. But me personally, I can only speak from my experience. Most women, I mean, fathers that I know of be saying, "Bro, I be trying to get do this and do this for my kids and stuff like that, but don't folks be fighting you and stuff like that in court and stuff." And then I'm gonna go to what another comment that Takari posted. He said it cost him. He said it cost me $100,000 to fight off a fake restraining order, saying I had to stay 100 yards away from a person I lived 240 2,400 miles away from. In the end, I got full custody of my kid, but it was expensive. So I mean, like I said, I'm not an expert at that, but it seems like if you do get it, it's going to cost you a nice chunk of change just to be able to fight for you.
It's just me and you, Trey.
You said what?
You and I?
If I could comment on the video.
Of course. Go ahead.
So usually, well, in this case, I feel like Brittany and her mom is wrong. I feel like, of course, this kid looks like he's no older than 2 or 3 years old. He can't make decisions as to whether he wants to go with his dad or not. So instead of you trying to pick this as a moment to antagonize dad, how about you support the minor child? Support the kid in their transition. Like, comfort the kid however you have to do as a mom instead of sort of fueling this already seems like sensitive transition that you guys would have to make. I don't feel like he was wrong at all until he started to entertain the idea and start cursing at him. And I mean, and I get it. I feel like her and her mom pushed him to that level because they followed him all the way to the car. He had the baby. He got the baby out of what looks like the garage, and they followed him, recording him all the way to the car. They didn't need to do that. They could have just went in the house. He could have drove off and figured out how he was going to comfort the minor child after they did that transition. So her putting that on the internet only makes me think that she is the problem.
Malcolm saying that. We also got the echo. Okay, so hold on. All right, yeah, I think it's coming from.
It's good now. It's good now.
Yeah, I know. So let me actually check some of these comments, Ashley, because I don't want to, ignore some of these. So SRG says study shows that fathers still frequently face an uphill battle in custody proceedings. Men win custody less often than women, and then fighting for joint custody, mothers prevail approximately. Like, I don't know the numbers, but what I do know is that according to what I be hearing from the Homeboys Committee, they agree with it. They be like, bruh, niggas do be trying to be in their kids' life, bro. It be always these courts and stuff not trying to stop a nigga from sinning to the point that niggas give up. Kelly, you about to say that?
If I can, right? A lot of times the kid is primarily with mom, right? But that's not usually where the court puts them. So say if an unmarried woman and a man have a baby, the kid is usually with mom. I mean, mom is, unless he signed the birth certificate, mom is the only really legal parent. So until dad goes to court and establishes rights with the family court system, he doesn't have any rights. And if you and mom cannot effectively co-parent, meaning that you guys cannot set up a visitation schedule, you guys cannot choose doctors together, you guys can't choose schools together, then you do have to go to the court and establish a right that orders her to do that, right? So it's the thing with a lot of times what happens with men is they let too much time go past, and now mom isn't letting you see the kid, and now you don't know the kid and the kid don't know you. Now if that's the case, then of course it's going to be very expensive, because now you have to pay for you to be introduced to this kid, and all of this costs money. Plus, you're going to be paying for child support on top of that. So as soon as mom's, it's been 3 months, and mom says you haven't seen the kid in 3 months, then you need to go be establishing your rights before it be 2 years, before it's 3 years, before it's 4 years, and now you don't know your kid.
Okay. Let me address more of the. Let me address more of these chats real quick, and then we can move on to the next one. You said so. Mike, you said men and women shouldn't be having no kids unless they met. Okay, so you on some biblical stuff. I get it. Not saying not saying that you're wrong, but I'm just saying.
Bruh, I was so messed up. I thought he about to say men and women shouldn't have kids unless they're really horny. I was like, I thought he was about to say.
Okay, so he said in Georgia, an unmarried mother automatically has sole legal and physical custody of her child unless the biological father takes action to establish parental rights through a process called legitimation. That's crazy as hell. But I mean, I can definitely see that because, you know, I'll say this because they carry, since they are the ones carrying it, unless the father is directly there. I think she just touched on that, you know, being there to sign the birth certificate and stuff like that. So that's the only way, you know, you can somewhat challenge it, I guess. He said, don't forget the mother and daughter also told the new girlfriend to get out. True. They also did that. And this is what I see the biggest issue with that. And we're going to close this one out. So the biggest issue with that is Brittany is mad that PJ moved out. That's really what the situation is. Because you can tell how angry she was about saying that PJ spent $100,000 on his. Well, she referred to her as a hoe. So if you just look at the tape without knowing the full extent of this, you'll think, oh, PJ just blowing money on random girls. But actually, the hoe that she was referring to is his wife. So there's nothing wrong with him spending $100,000 on his wife when he's a multimillionaire. And the son apparently has $11,000 in his account, but the son is so young, he don't know what the money is. So he don't
You don't know what money is.
Right, exactly. So what are you complaining about? And all that is that they're, you know, she's complaining about it's not enough money up in their son's account that she can finesse it and use it for herself without them noticing. That's what it is. But I'm gonna go ahead and move on to hold on. Let me read this last one. He said, why is it always the mothers that be enabling the bullshit instead of trying to be neutral and calm down both spouses? Well, that's the reason why I think the family court is kind of messed up, because when you're enabling them to have the power over the child like that, it creates issue overall in the home. Because anytime you got to fight for your kid, it's going to cost them. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and move on to this other one, a little bit more, I think, more relatable to everyone. So the next topic, we're going to be talking about marriage, right? So one thing that I know has been an issue is people have been saying that marriage isn't really, at least I'm gonna say this more so from men's perspective. They've been saying marriage isn't worth it. I think the older school guys think marriage is still worth it, but you know, marriage during daytime was totally different than marriage now. So it's been a trend of me seeing more successful guys that has, you know, a lot of money saying that marriage isn't worth it anymore because there's no benefit. And I want to open that up to the panel to give your take on whether or not you think marriage is a benefit for either party. Whether you feel like it's just a benefit for men, or is it a benefit for just women, or do you feel like the benefit is mutual? We're gonna start it. Haiti, since you're the only one on the panel that's married, at least what I know of, I'm gonna start with you.
All right, then I'm not gonna lie. Okay, first of all, it's beneficial to both parties. Find somebody that cares about you, worry about you, and everything like that. There's nothing better than that. Okay, it's the top tier. In fact, it's natural. Okay, animals do it. Penguins and animals do it. Like they don't not marriage, but you know what I mean. Like they stick with one thing forever. You know what I mean? Made for life. That's what they call it. They made for life and everything like that. This whole idea of marriage is not, but it keep you out of trouble. STDs, less STDs, less trust. Not saying it's not, those things are still not in there, but I'm just saying it's less. And going to a house with love and caring and stuff like that, it's good. It's good for your soul. It's good for your heart and everything like that. Yeah, is there trouble? Is there some shit that you're like, damn, there's a lot of hoes out here I want to fuck still. But obviously, you still think those ways. But no, it's not worth it. If you meet once you meet the right person, you know it's beneficial. There are a lot of people that use a marriage or go to some people that couldn't get them, like these millionaires and successful people, even professional basketball players. They losers. They lame as hell. They focus so much on their success that they never focus on the social skills. So when this attractive girl come along, she take all her money. Well, I work in country clubs. I know a lot of millionaires. And, my neighborhood is upper middle class and everything like that, right? And I'm seeing these people with these with these young girls they dating, and with them, marriage is a business. It's a come up. But I feel like the only people that I believe both men and women can benefit from it if they're in it for the right reasons. If you understand what I'm trying to say. Like, but a lot of people they want a certain lifestyle, right? Because I work at a country club or part time where a membership is $350,000 a membership, right? And this dude got to drop $350,000 to be a member here. And there's a girl right beside him, man, has to do nothing. They both they both members of the same club, and she just had to just marry this dude. So some people use it as a benefit to get to a certain class, but for the majority, marriage is something that is still beneficial today, in the past, in the future. I don't think it will ever go away and nothing like that. So yeah, there are some rules that need to change, and there are some stuff that's iffy about it. And premarital sex fucked it up a little bit because before then, you wasn't having sex if you wasn't married. But even with all those hurdles, I think marriage is. I know marriage is beneficial for the people because that's why you think so many people. Why do you think J-Lo still keep doing it? Why do you think Cam keep doing it? It's beneficial. Every smart person you know, every scientist person you know, every person that with a half a brain, what they do? They always get married, even when they can fail, they keep trying. But that's all my take for it.
Okay, Zena, let me hear your take on it. Do you think marriage? What do you think of marriage in today's society, and do you think it's beneficial for both parties?
I can only speak from being a single person who is not married, and I think marriage is beneficial. I don't think it's like, dying or going out of style. I think people are just doing it wrong. I feel like other cultures have it right in some instances. Like a lot of cultures prepare their younger adults for relationships and marriage, and the families get together and the families make friends in business, and they're not wasting their 20s frivolously dating and making bad decisions and having kids out of wedlock and doing dumb shit. So when you go into that time of your life prepared to start your business of relationships and family, then yeah, I think it's great. But I think people also settle and maybe wasted too much time. So then by the time they get married, they're settling.
or they don't know themselves enough to pick the right person or the right situation and end up in a shitty marriage. But yeah, if you're intentional and you do it right, I feel like marriage is lit. Again, I've never been married, and my parents had a shitty marriage, but like, you know, we all loved each other. But based on like my observations with like friends and just like, and you know, I talk to a lot of people about this kind of stuff. And yeah, more people should do it with the right intentions.
All right. So, Todd, what is yours?
Yeah, it should be mutual. It should benefit both individuals, and the foundation should be family. If there's no kids involved, you know, you have to consider who you want to leave your inheritance to. And if you have kids, it goes to the kids. If not, then you have to make sure that lady is worthy of your inheritance. Because when you know, if you go before her, everything goes to her and not your family. You know, so that's it. Let me say this real quick. Please forgive me, y'all. I miscalculated my phone battery. I'm down under 10%. So if it back out, I might miss the last topic. But those are my thoughts on the whole marriage thing. It really, the water boils down to who do you want to leave your inheritance with if you go before them. And if you don't have no kids, I would rather leave it with my family members, unless that lady is very special, unless she really means that much to me to where I would want her to have whatever I leave behind.
Okay, Fakila.
I think marriage is mutually beneficial, and more people should do it with the right intentions.
Okay. Well, I'm guessing I'm gonna have to be the I'm gonna have to be the guy to do it because everybody's let me go ahead and do it. Let me ask this question first. Is marriage what is the major benefit that a man received from marriage in 2025 that he can't receive from a girlfriend?
Let me go first because of my battery. I would say children. If she doesn't give children, I don't see the benefit.
But you can get children from a girlfriend.
Because it's all financial. I mean, that's the marriage is based off family. They kind of go hand in hand. You don't have to have children, but that would be. You asked the question, what does the man get out of it? To give a short answer, I would say
beneficial for the man that he can only exclusively receive from a marriage, from his wife, that he can't receive from a girlfriend?
Inheritance. It would have to be whatever. If she went before him, she would leave her bank account to, you know, the husband.
What about just like stability and like partnership?
Nah, you can get that from girlfriend. Yeah,
you can get that from girlfriend. But as far as inheritance,
I mean, yeah, I guess everybody's different. Like, what do you consider?
I'm not doing it for no boyfriend.
Yeah, you might not do it for a boyfriend, but what I'm saying is, you can get it. Yeah.
Hey, let me say, as the only loser, as the only person that's not a loser here, let me say this. Let me say this. You shouldn't have kids with no girlfriend. That's just silly. I don't even know why this is even a topic. Like, can you hear me, Jamie?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, then I was like, it's not even a topic. Like the traditional benefit, but a lot of stuff you don't supposed to have with a girlfriend. You shouldn't put that. You supposed to have. I understand modern day the sex thing, you know, you can't just cut the sex off right now, but that shouldn't have happened. And you all know I was having it before the marriage, so you know, I'm you know, what is it called, a hypocrite?
I'm just still waiting on somebody to be able to tell me what is the benefit for the man that he
Unconditional
gave.
love. Unconditional love.
You don't get that from a wife either. Them folks don't be giving that.
No, that's what you're supposed to get. That's what you're supposed to get. I'm gonna keep it with you, because I told you I'm not American. I'm Haitian, right? So it's a little different. So when you marry somebody in my country, nigga, it's life. That's like cutting your arm off. You can't get that bitch back in there. It doesn't matter what that nigga did. Like if he was something prior to you and you just didn't notice it, it's your fault. If he was a cheater, if whatever he was, it's your fault. You should have noticed that thing. Just like if she was hoeing and stuff like that, it's your fault. You should have noticed that thing. You supposed to stick it to it. I know in this country it's a little different. Like somebody just, for the most part, a lot of people in this country just destroy marriages because they see other people having fun. To me, this is how I can describe marriages. Like, what do you want to be 45 years old trying to get on them hoes? Like, this is silly. That is silly. Like, marriage is like going to class, right? Being single is like skipping class. Eventually, you be like, where are my friends at? They in class. They in class. It's fun for a while, but you gotta wait for your friends to go out and everything. They can't be going out every time. You be like, oh, I can't go out.
That's a crazy comparison, bro.
But you understand what I'm trying to get at, right? Like when people
but it's a crazy comparison.
Because it's fun at first. You skip class. It's fun as hell. But guess what happened? Niggas are in school learning and stuff like that. They're growing. They building together and everything like that. But once you skip school or you skip everything like that, you be like, damn, I really should have been in school. Like I really should have been doing this. Now everybody passing you by and everything like that. Now people starting families and stuff like that, building another generation. Now people are grandparents, and you like that uncle, that aunt, that to come to a family reunion, try shit on people. But nobody wants your life. Nobody wants your sad ass life. Nobody want to hear. I want to have a miserable marriage than have a lonely life. That shit is. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I would have to disagree. I'm sorry. I would disagree. I would disagree. Yes.
You will be by yourself. You know that's they don't even put serial killers by themselves.
Yes.
You don't put kids touches by themselves.
No, hell no. I will not sit there and be in misery and just to say I'm married to.
No, not that. I didn't say that part. No. Just to say something like that. I say you go in and find somebody. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. I think before you go,
I'm not even go biblical with it. You know what I'm saying? Proverbs 18, it says it's better to live in the wilderness than to live with an angry woman. So basically, it's saying that if the woman is angry as hell all the time and I'm just going by what you said and stuff like that. First and foremost, I'm not totally against marriage. Just letting y'all know that. I'm just putting it out there because a lot of men truly believe that is no benefit for, you know what I'm saying, for men, especially if you have a certain class of money in 2000.
Can I ask you a question? Because they want to have their cake and eat it too, but can I ask you one two question?
What?
This is all right. If when you over 25, right?
Of course.
Have you met? I'm asking this because I feel like you have to be over 25. Have you met somebody you felt like you could have married?
Have I met someone that I feel like
I'm almost certain you did. I'm almost 1,000% you did. You did not spend 30-something years and you didn't meet not one person that you feel like I can live with this person. I can stay with this person. There's no way. But you want to keep on having fun, didn't you? You still want to keep on going out there, try to chase the hoes and shit like that. And look at you. Now that motherfucker probably snatched up 3 or 4 babies in and shit like that. Because you did meet somebody. Marriage was
that's not the case for me.
You didn't meet nobody? You didn't meet nobody?
No. I'm not saying I didn't meet nobody, but saying that now they snatched up and got multiple babies and stuff, that ain't the truth.
Because most people want to marry the same type of person. Let's keep it real. We all want to marry the same type of person. The supporting person, the person that's always there, somebody that cares for you no matter what. Most of us want the same person. Like, and you saw the person, you felt like you could do a little bit better. You feel like you can do when you find out when you got that person, you feel like you can do a little bit better. When you find that person, you feel like you can do a little better. Then the little better is you 45 years old now, trying to get the garbage that's left. The person with the attitude, the person that make you miserable. Now you got to keep it that way and just settle. That's what you're gonna end up with. You know.
Okay, so Takari says only God can keep 2 people together forever. If you're truly one, I guess he meant the one, the marriage will last. when one or both parties become self-centered, the marriage is over because God and family isn't the priority. Now, I can absolutely agree with the ending part for sure, because I do think that's what lead to the divorces. Because when you marry somebody, you have a duty. It's not just simply over. And I think that's where the issue is lying in 2025. It's so many people that's judging it on, oh, right now I'm not happy, so I want a divorce. And a lot of the times it be because a homegirl is in your ear about it. That's what it be most of the time.
It makes keeping school fun.
Matter of fact, Fakila, can I ask you that? It from your expertise and what you've been seeing, is most of the time when the marriage is initiated, it ends up being because maybe a friend is in their ear and sometimes they feel like they don't have a divorce, so they want to divorce. Or at least some of the time.
I'll probably say about 3 cases I've seen where there's a friend in the picture who just recently went through a divorce and is encouraging the woman to file for divorce. But I don't really hear their side of it. That I'm talking to my client as the man, and he's the one telling me it's just her sister or her friend or someone else in the picture is the one encouraging mom to file for divorce.
So I actually was looking at like some kind of man. I was looking at some kind of lady. She's like some kind of specialist at that, and she's I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think she said at an 80-some% rate, maybe even higher, that when a lot of the divorces are initiated, it's because a friend is in the woman's ear and she encourages her. Because a lot of the times it don't be, and I think me personally, I think social media has ruined us a lot, because we're able to see what so many other, couples have, that we start to think in our heads, man, that should be me. And I don't think this is just women. This is men and women. That, oh man, we should be doing it like that. Why don't I have it like that? I should, and it started to make people think that that's the standard of what the marriage should be like. You feel me?
Yeah,
so, no, you can go ahead.
I think mutual stuff. Like she said, Zena, she said, I think she wrote down that if we mute our stuff while somebody's speaking, the echo will stop, and I think it has. So, like I was saying, like I do think that social media does make a factor and everything like that, and people playing your ears is a certain thing too. But it does look, outside do look fun. I'm not gonna lie to you. But you gotta think to yourself. But I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm somebody, you already know that, Jamie. I don't do people dirty. I don't like them. That's who I am. It's not about the marriage. It's not about my relationship. I just don't do people dirty in general. Like if I was somebody that did somebody dirty, I can't understand me being a cheater. If I did somebody dirty, I can't understand me doing those things. That's just who I am. I don't do people dirty. I care about every single person. I try to make everybody win. So I do think single people try to make other people single. I honestly feel that way, because a lot of my single friends be like, man, let's go out and do that. I say, but I'm married. I can't be doing that shit. I can't be doing that stuff. He said, no, it's cool. I was like, no, it's not cool, because you want something funny? But I even block girls I find attractive. Like I be like, no, nigga, this bitch too fine. I block them because I'm not saying I can't control myself, but nigga, that's like having cocaine in the house and I never did drugs. One day I might be like, trying to taste how and see how that is. So but that's just who I am. You know what I mean? But I do see people get influenced by social media, single friends, and because the single friend, I got to keep it real with you. Majority of the time, it's lonely as shit. You stand up at the ceiling. You have to call people every single time to see what they're doing. Most people with families that's in your age or have families, have kids, have shit going on. So you can't be bothering them and be like, hey, what are you doing this week? What are you doing this day? It gets lonely. So now your whole life is consists of working and going to these trips solo dolo. Like how many times you need to go Paris? Like it's like 10 times, my boy. Like my girl, like it gets lonely. You wake up one day, you're 45 years old with hard-boiled eggs.
Okay. Vakila. Great. The echo is gone now. Okay, so and just to answer some of the question that I asked y'all, the only one that I could think of, one of the major benefits for the man in 2025 that that he gets out of it is the spousal privileges. Basically, if the law was to come up, they can't force your spouse to snitch on you. Like if she knows the information, they can't force you. They can't force your wife to snitch on you. That's a major way, and that's the only one I really could think of. Like, damn, because if she's your girlfriend, they could do it. Like they can incriminate her, and still force her. Like, look, if you don't tell us this information, I'm gonna prosecute you. So that's one that I think is major. I was wondering was somebody gonna say it, but that's one of them. But I think, me personally, I think it's more beneficial to women. Now that this is me just absolutely, because you're getting catered, you're getting taken care of, and especially if, like, say if he, especially if he's balling like that, you know what I'm saying. You're taken care of financially and stuff like that. But see, this is my thing. I think once the woman shows the man that she is worth me giving this to her, that's him giving her the ultimate, approval. Like this is me showing I have unconditional love for you because I'm willing to go ahead and make this commitment with you, knowing the risk of this shit. Vakila, I'm seeing your faces, so I want to hear what you got to say. What you got to say? Go ahead.
So if he is providing, what's she doing in the marriage?
I like her. I like what she said.
What you mean? What is she doing?
Yeah, what do you expect from your wife if you providing? What do you expect from her? Because you basically said that she getting catered to.
So you want somebody? You want her to do something? Would you want someone to? Did you want her to do something too?
No, what I'm sort of hinting at is the fact that a lot of time in marriages, women are expected to take care of the house, to clean the house, to take care of the kids, to do a lot of the legwork. And men are expected to provide, especially we're talking about, traditional values. So it's not like he's just catering to her. Like he works all day, he come home, he take care of the kids, he makes dinner, and then he gets up and do it the next day, and she sits around with her feet cocked up.
Huh?
Modern day is like
that. You said she's getting provided for and she's getting catered to. And I'm like, catered to? She's expected. She's the one that's going to be cooking and cleaning. She's going to be the one taking care of the kids, picking them up, dropping them off. Like her shift is from 6:30 in the morning when she gets the kids up for work. Gets the kids up from school, and it stops when she puts them down for bed. So is she getting catered to? Or is she doing the catering?
Let me answer that a little bit. I think it's she's getting catered to because the guys that they want usually give them a maid, give somebody to cook for them. the guys that they want. I'm talking about the 6-figure whatever. They usually get
I
all
don't know.
those benefits.
I don't know. The average marriage I've seen, the wife is the maid, the cook, and the nanny.
So let me tell you
For
I
something.
don't
how
know
long? For like
anyone
what?
with
For
a
like what?
maid.
7 years? For like 7 years? Because in my household, as soon as I became 7, I started cleaning up.
I
I
didn't.
start doing the dishes and shit like that. My mama was sitting back and relaxing. She worked
Same,
too. I ain't gonna lie to you, my
same
mama was
with
not
me.
lazy.
It ain't
But as
just
soon
your
as you,
household. It's
that's
same with
5
me.
years. Y'all keep on thinking like this forever. It ain't 18 years, it's 5 years. Because after that, we gotta get down. My mama gonna be like, put the chicken out. Put the chicken out. My sister will learn how to cook. We have to learn how to fix stuff around the house. We vacuuming. We doing all those stuff. So after when I was becoming 7, I was cleaning up the whole house. I don't know. Like, weren't you doing that for your mama? Or is that just my
I
house?
thought, see, I actually thought that at first, you know, when you were a kid, you be a little naive and stuff. I used to want to wash the dishes, right? And then later on, you figure out it's not as fun as you thought. And then after that, you know, yeah, because in my household, you know, and so when you got kids, the kids is the one doing the dishes and cleaning the kitchen and all that. The woman ain't doing that shit. So what are you talking about, Keela?
Did your
Was it
mom
different in your
work?
house? Was it different in your house?
Did your mom work?
Yep.
Did she have to come home and raise the kids? Sit them down to do homework. Sit them down to do this. Get them ready for bed. Tell them to
I don't
shower.
believe
She
that.
wasn't working her household. I'm confused.
So look, what I know is that, especially in 2025, they be thinking they only duty is to give you something. Like, for real, a lot of them think
And
like
they
that.
barely do that. And they barely do that.
And then on top of that, like when you try to tell them, hey, about cleaning and stuff like that, let's say they ain't paying no bills and nothing like that, cleaning, cooking, or something like that, they'll straight up tell you, I ain't your mama. Dead
What
ass.
kind of women y'all date?
I'm trying to tell you.
What kind of women are y'all picking?
Y'all always say that. Why y'all always say that? Y'all always say that. Matter of
Because
fact,
that's the
you know
same
so
thing
funny?
that y'all.
Point your
Because that's the
homie
same
to
thing
my
that
homie.
y'all tell us when we got two kids by two different men. Y'all tell us you should have chose better. So I'm telling y'all,
But come on,
y'all should have
that's
chose
different.
better.
That's way different. That's
Not a
a
perfect
badass
You
decision.
got
decision.
so you got a lady living in your house who don't work, she don't cook, she don't clean, she does nothing. Why is she there?
But that's not just one. It's like a lot. It's like after her, it was another one,
Yeah,
another one, another one,
y'all
another
got
one.
a problem with picking girls that ain't got jobs and ain't got careers and ain't got shit going on. Y'all need to think about the girls that y'all are picking.
Well,
Come on, a lot of women when they become when
let me
when
tell
they
you something. See, the ones that ain't got, that do have the jobs and stuff like that, that are hard workers and stuff like that, they're choosing their career over the man.
Absolutely.
So if you gotta pick and choose, you know what I'm saying? You gotta, if you choose one of the ones and stuff like this, doing what we're talking about, you gotta deal with that. And then the ones that actually, like you saying, making some kind of money, they don't want nothing to do with you. They're gonna choose their career over you. So what are we talking
Now,
about?
but why does she have to choose that though? Why does she have to choose?
What do you mean? Why does she have to? She don't have to. She's choosing to do it.
and let's keep it with you. A lot of women that have careers like that, they're not. I hate to say this. How do I say this in a nice way? They're not nice to be around. Like they belittle you.
And
They talk
y'all
down to
are?
you.
And
Come on,
y'all
men
are?
don't do that corny shit. Men don't do that corny shit. Oh, I make this my money. Men don't like being around niggas like that. If a nigga keep talking about his money a lot, he gonna get robbed, number one. He gonna get robbed, number one. Number two, people gonna stop talking to him. Like in the comedy world, we call them resume niggas. As soon as we start talking to them, they want to give you, oh, I made this film, I made this movie, I made this nigga, but you ain't this open mic with me. Like we be like that shit corny to us. But women can get away with it because we can't say anything because we look like we jealous or something. So we just let them speak. It's a big turnoff. Like my cousin, she's extremely successful and she want to get married. But I was like, nobody's gonna marry. I don't say it like that. I was like, but people ain't gonna marry you because you come off as like you putting your career on them, like you like I don't need you kind of shit. Like you just are like a I don't know. You just feel like patronizing. Oh, you know, I'm the one that actually because like when you even be with somebody that tell you, oh, I'm paying this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. At first you be like, you know what, I would be poor than be around with somebody that keep on telling me what they keep doing, what they're doing or not doing for me. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, we gotta keep finding these women that be doing all these things.
But you find out that someone is like that after the first date. You don't build a relationship with someone that doesn't fit your morals and values. You don't move someone in who don't fit your morals and values, then complain that they don't fit your morals and values.
Just like women think men can change, we think women can change. Like especially the girl that's the girl that the meanest to us, we want the most. Like I don't know why. Like when I was talking to this girl named Keisha back in college, that bitch was mean as shit to me. She was mean as shit, but that's what happened. I couldn't leave that motherfucker alone.
So was that her fault or your fault?
No, it's me. I always blame me. Everything I always try to put everything in my control. If I could go to myself, it's my fault. And anything like that. Just like I feel like when a girl is dating a guy and he's fucking you without a condom, obviously you know what's gonna happen next. So yeah, it's his fault too. But you know, come on. Y'all been having sex without a condom, a baby gonna come eventually.
So Jamie, I got a question. So the girl who lived in your house that don't cook, don't clean, and when you asked her to cook and clean and she said, I'm not your mama, whose fault is that? Your fault or her fault?
Hey, you know. See, this is the circumstance.
No, answer the question. Is that
I
your
agree
fault
that it's still our fault, sure.
No. Okay, whose fault? Is it her fault or your fault?
I just said my fault, dear. Stop trying to rub it in.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is the ones that's not doing that, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, they're so focused on their career and stuff like that and thinking that's more important than a family. What are you going to do?
So check this out. So if you choose a girl who chooses her career over a family and you continue to stay with her, is that your fault or her fault?
You're not. No, what I'm saying is you're not getting with her because she's telling you, I don't have time for that. To be honest, the ones that's super high up, let's say the ones that making 100 grand or whatever, more, 200 grand, whatever, you know, they're typically, let's be real, women want men that either match their income or has more. So what I'm saying is they're going to be so focused on that they're going to ignore, you know, guys that's want to have, you know, even close to having some kind of traditional values.
Okay, so I got a question.
Okay, it's his fault. That's the nigga fault. But
so I got a question.
But you say it's your fault, man.
I said it was
already. So if you went on a date with a girl and you learned that she says to you, yeah, my career means more to me than having a family, do you go on a second date or no?
I don't know. How fine is she?
Is that the standard? Is that what you complaining about, how fine she is? Or are you complaining her career is more important than a family?
See, look, when it's that circumstance, you're letting them know now. Like she's fine enough, you might tolerate it because you want to hit. Then later on,
why are you complaining now?
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying what they do. I'm just informing. I'm not complaining. But what I'm saying is that I think overall, like I'm saying, it's hard. That's why I think when marriage do happen, it should be cherished. And I think men need to marry better for real. Because that's the reason why so much of this bullshit is happening. They need to marry better because I think every single time that you end up getting in a toxic marriage, They shown signs of this before you married them. You just ignored it. And I think that's with any relationship, and not just marriage. I think that's with any relationship, period. Like they shown you, they don't show you a little bit of that attitude that you know you like, I don't really like that. But you ignored it because of maybe the flesh like it. Let's say she's beautiful or whatever, you know, so you just ignoring all of the negative red flags. And then once the marriage happened, it fall apart. Now she done divorced you and took your ass for half of your money. You somewhere looking sad, and it's still messed up from our behalf. But at the same time, that was a bad decision on your behalf. Anyway, real quick, let me address some of these comments. Let me go ahead. She said, I think it's age, finances, infidelity that are the main issues. But I have seen some that are influenced by friends. What I don't get is why married people take advice from single people. I agree with that 100%. And that happens a lot, particularly on the other side, but we ain't gonna talk about that. Let me go ahead and address it. We had a super chat that came through. Let me address that. Oh, it's just a super sticker. Appreciate it, my boy. Let's see. My boy Takari said, my wife is a registered nurse and entrepreneur. Every woman doesn't want to be a stay-at-home wife / mom. Well, yeah, we understand that. Every last one of them don't want to be that.
His wife is a nurse. What? His wife is a nurse, nigga. Nigga. All right, nigga, I'm not in your life, nigga.
What's up,
nigga? You living dangerously.
Look, I'm gonna say I'm not gonna I mean, I do know nurses have a bad rep for sure. They, according to what they be saying. Me personally, I never dated a nurse, so I can't say.
My brother's a nurse. My sister's a nurse. I have a lot of nurses in my family. They told me it's 100% true. They say it's true as fuck. They say the only people that's worse than them is the pilots and you know those what's those people that's in the cockpit selling food in the.
Hold on, you say
plane?
you agree with this on that? Agree with her on what, nigga? Hold on, we did have another super chat. My bad, bro. I didn't even see this. But hold on, what you agree with her on? He said, I would love to hear y'all opinion on sologamy, autogamy, and nigga, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't even know what all of them mean. What the hell you talking about? You gonna have to break that down. What the fuck? I thought that they was talking about salami for a second. What the fuck is he talking about?
Is that a form of feminism?
Is that a form of being a feminist? I don't know what that is, DeMarcus. I'm sorry. I mean, maybe somebody can let me know if I'm a little slow right now for not knowing this, but I don't know what that is. I know what a feminist is.
Nigga, that nigga put some big ass words in that bitch and say, make them niggas confused. Like,
Because I was like,
I don't even know you can put these letters together like that. This nigga.
so god damn, that boy making me have to go home and do some studying. God damn, what is that? That's the problem with men. Most choose women based on looks, and very few actually based on similar morals. I agree with you on that, Takara. Actually, I was joking when I was saying that, but like I stop making them gestures. But my thing is, when I was talking about, I don't know, it depends on how fine she is. That's because I already done made in my head that this ain't going nowhere, but I might want to hit. That's what I'm saying. That's already been decided. But
come on, Jamie, can I ask you this right now?
Marriage, I'm not looking for a 9 or a 10.
Can I ask you that now?
Huh?
Somebody's attitude, because that happened to me a few times. Somebody's attitude never made them unattractive.
Yeah, it do. It absolutely do.
So what are you talking about then?
You talking about me?
Yeah, what are you talking about then? Because you say you still want to hear, but that like their attitude, who they are, maybe you don't even want to get hard.
No, I ain't gonna lie about that. Some of them, okay, I can't agree with you on that one. But it do make you want to be like not with them. Like I don't have a lot of well, not a lot. To be honest, I haven't had a lot of girls that actually tried to, you know, get physical with me and stuff like that. Like for the ones that did, you know, I had to like get rid of them quickly because I just don't deal with that. You marrying yourself like Maya did. What are you talking about, nigga? What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, Maya married herself. She's celibate.
Oh, okay. Well,
I hate when they do that corny stuff. Bitch, if you can't find somebody, it was you this whole time. You were the issue this whole time. Okay, before I say this, before we move on, I will say this right now. All right. There's only two things in this world, where either somebody forced you or you chose to. Remember those things. Either somebody forced you or you chose to. Whatever you pick, either you found nobody forced you to marry nobody, and so you chose to marry. If somebody didn't force you to marry that person, you chose to marry him. Before I married my wife, guess what I found out? I wasn't looking for shit. She happens to be somebody that likes to cook and clean and work. She had 2 damn jobs. She had so many jobs. I thought she spoke Spanish. She did everything I needed as a wife, and I was like, oh shit. And I started looking for flaws to see if I could live with this. Can I live with that? Can I live with this? Can I live with that? And everything she had, I was like, okay, I can live with every single thing, even her bad habits. So that's when I decided, oh yeah, I want to marry this person. Like that, right? If people think like that, I feel like marriage would be more people would do anything like that. But people looking because she's bad, it's fine, shit like that. You already know. I used to trick off. I used to date the baddest of the baddest. And the thing about it is, I knew for a fact I couldn't afford that lifestyle that they wanted. Like, and then if I did, I felt like I was buying pussy. I might as well go to Figueroa and pick one of them up. Like,
everybody here don't know what Figueroa it is, but
Mopesville there, nigga.
But okay, so like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and get my closing statements about the marriage stuff. I think, like I said, I think it can be a beautiful thing if you're with the right person and stuff. And I do agree with Takari that some people make it too much about the looks. And if you're solely trying to make a happy marriage where family is being prioritized and, you know, duties, then typically you don't want to marry 8, 9, or 10. Just keeping it 100. That's from me, my experience of dating and just listening to other people that are married and stuff like that. You know, whether they have a lot of money or they, you know, not. I think all of them are starting to lean towards that way. A lot of them are starting to say that. So, and I agree with it, because like when they too fine, they just be a headache, bro.
But the thing about it is, the nigga that have the bread, that be banging these badass motherfuckers that you know for a fact wouldn't be with them if they didn't have any money, they don't listen. I just saw a photo a few days ago where this little chick, bad as shit, with this old white dude, like that nigga 20 years older than her. You think nobody in her family like, what are you doing? You really want money that much? Like, you think nobody gonna tell her that shit? Nah, she played the role, you know, with submissive and all that shit. But you should see her Instagram. She went to all over Europe, all over Africa, all over Asia. She liked that lifestyle, so she got to be with this person just because the lifestyle comes with it. It's not love. It's not even business. It's a hustle. So,
all right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to close them now and go ahead and go to this last segment before we close in the closing arguments. But let's go ahead and head to we're gonna be talking about Black buying power. So basically, with this segment, what I mean is, according to a lot of research, Black people, and I think we can't even argue this. I think this is easily the truth. Black people, we spend the most of any ethnic group, and honestly, it's not even close. Let's just be that.
Nah. You never met Armenian, but Armenians.
There's very small group of people
Armenians, my nigga, come on, man.
Yes. It's not very
Asians.
Yes, nigga. Asians don't spend like that. You're crazy. They don't.
Nigga, when you come back, go to Pasadena. They all got Porsches. They all got Mercedes Benz. They all wear a lot of jewelry.
Ain't nothing, bro. They just getting it just because they got a luxurious car, bro, and a nice apartment or whatever. That's solely where they're gonna spend most of their. They're not giving a bunch of money to Jordans, to weed,
Oh, that's what you meant. I thought you were saying
nails, to all a bunch of materialistic makeup. They're not putting a whole bunch of money into that. That's where the difference lies. Because
I thought
according
you were trying to say, oh, they're not flashy or anything.
wow, I remember in 2019 when I was looking at it, it says annually Black people spend $1.2 trillion. And you know who is second place? White people.
White?
Yes. And they only spend 600 billion. Like that's a massive difference. And in today, we're up to 1.8 trillion now. Because we started earning more. Black people are earning more now, but when we earn more, we're gonna spend more. But the craziest part is that the wealth gap has increased between us and like whites and Asians, because those are the ones who make the most money. Actually, folks don't know this, but Asians make the most. It's not the white people. Like as a whole, Asians make more here than white people.
I can see that because it's a small version of them that have success, so it's a larger amount. Percentage wise, not number wise.
So what I'm opening it up to is that to ask y'all is, do you think Black people have a bad spending problem?
Let's go. Which one?
Whoever want to tackle it first.
Hell yeah. What the hell yeah. Like I be seeing, okay, obviously if Twan from the hood buy a Benz or don't buy him, he's not gonna change his life. You know what I mean? Buying a Cadillac is not gonna change that nigga life. But we do have a problem because we don't save that much. We do invest, but we invest in like gambling stuff. Like if it's stocks, it's something that we want something to go up, not 10%, but like 1,000% up. So like we risk it is fun. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I love us like Black people because we live life. A lot of people don't know us spending money is the reason that economy it keep moving. So it is good and everything like that. But we all bad at money like that, right? Because like if we would save it, we could build our community. We could help Haiti. We can make a Dubai, a Black Dubai, if you want to. We can make a South Africa because the money is there. We just spend it in like we want to live life. And I understand you especially if you live a hard life, you want to enjoy a little bit of it. You know what I mean? Like I told somebody, I met a few people. They're Hispanic, they're Mexican, right? They got like, I've seen their bank account. They got like $3 or $4 million in their bank account, right? And the nigga live like he's poor. And I'm like, that don't count, my boy. Like the $3 million don't count. If you have $3 million and you living like you make $30,000 a year, you poor. So there's a point where you're not using anything, and when you're using everything. You should be in a nice even where you still try to use some of the money you earn, try to live life, try to enjoy life a little bit. And there's a point where you shouldn't try to live life too damn much. You know what I mean? You shouldn't try to go ball out, try to buy everything out too much. But don't try to keep the money in savings and now you're 70 years old. What the fuck are you gonna do with $4 million now? $4 million now when you're 70 years old. Somebody gonna trick that shit off of you, a little fine little thing that'll come through and try to tuck that shit right off you. Now you should have used that shit when you were 40, 50, 60. Now you're 70 years old. Your ding-a-ling don't even work like that no more. Now what's the point of having even 8, 10, 100 million? There's no point of even having it no more. Now you gotta give it to your kids. Your kids gonna have the same mentality because they never had that money before. Now guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna use that motherfucker like real quick, and that shit gonna be gone. You know what I mean? Like if like let's just take a pair like Kevin Hart, right? Once he goes away, the money gonna go away because he don't spend his money like that. He only spend 10% of 10%. That's what he said. So once his kid have it, they're gonna be like, oh, I've never been used to this access to this much money before that's how usually the money goes away, or they go back to a lower standard, not the same level, if you know what I mean. That's my take.
Okay, for Keelan.
I would agree. I do think that we have bad sort of spending habits in the sense that we don't use our money to like fund our empowerment. I would say, say for example, if we pooled our money together to build our own institutions so that we can provide the necessities that we need as Black people. We don't do that. We buy, we get money and we want to go buy Gucci. We want to go buy Louis. We want to go buy a new car. We want to go buy like material stuff. We care a lot about what we look like, and people's perception of us. Like we want to look like we have money, even if we do not have money, right? So I think that if you ask me, do we have bad spender habits? I would say yes, because a lot of us don't want to use any of our money to help create things in our community that would benefit, maybe not even us, but maybe benefit another Black family that lives down the street, or let's fund this grocery store so we can provide 500 people with jobs. Like that ain't what we want to spend our money on. We don't want to pool it because we don't trust each other to even send someone $5 every 2 weeks. We think we're getting scammed because we sent them $5. So, as like when we're talking about what we need in order to build a wealth gap, we need to be able to pass down wealth and currency and property to our generations of family members who's going to come after us. And that's how you slowly build generational wealth, because you would hope that you would be teaching your children the same thing, like, invest in this, buy this, so we can continue to build upon our already generational wealth that maybe our parents or grandparents may have left us. But we don't want to do that. We want to go buy new cars, and we want to go buy, we want to go buy luxury items. I know for me, I spend a lot of my money on travel, but I don't really spend my money on a lot. I do spend it on travel though, but it's just
Every
that we
time I
could be
look
a little
up,
bit more.
your ass be in
Yeah,
Africa,
I
your
mean,
ass be in the Caribbean.
to me,
She
those experiences are priceless. Like I really couldn't replace them with anything. But but somebody could look at that and say, "Oh, you have a bad spending habit on travel." But if it's 40 million Black people in this world, and let's just say
in this
20 million of us are
country.
working. In the country, my bad, in the country. 40 million of us in the country, let's just say 20 million of us are working. If we could pull $5 every time we got paid into an account that we use to build our own institutions, we could fund everything we need in every Black city. But we don't want to do that. We don't want to trust each other. We don't want to help the next Black family. All we really worried about is how our family individually are doing, and that's not what's going to help us move forward.
And a lot of time we don't even do that. They just want to care about themselves. They don't want to care about the family members.
So I think she just made a good point. She said, from my understanding, we contribute trillions to the economy and a majority in hair. If we went more natural and dropped the label bullshit, the economy might collapse. So to address that, basically, from what I can remember, I can pull that chart up again actually, but 20% of that trillion, that 1.8 trillion, goes to the hair. Yeah, that's a massive percentage of it. And then, but see, women are the consumers. It don't matter what ethnic group, because that's not a Black thing. With the women doing majority of the spending, that's in whatever group. Women just spend more money than men because they got to keep up with their maintenance and stuff like that, as far as beauty products and things like that. But the problem is the money don't circulate. The reason why it's crazy that we spend that so much more than our other counterparts, our other ignorant group people, but we're like, I think we're third on the list overall. Third. We're not last like people would think, but it's a huge gap between us, white and Asian. But our spending is like, for Asian, is damn near double. So if the problem is Asian communities, for sure, they spend like at least 80% of their money with their own people. So it's going to continue to circulate in their community. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why they remain in power, as far as how rich they are. And the same can be said about whites. I would say they don't do it as much as the Asian, but they still do it. We spend it with any and everybody but us. So if we was to like spend 90% of that 1.8 trillion with us, our kids would be millionaires. The next generation of kids majority would be millionaires easily, quickly. In about 10 years, like every Gen Alpha kid would be millionaires. They in the family. You said we need the return of Black Wall Street. I mean, sure. But it's crazy. It's like, so much has happened that I think we're starting to give up as a whole. The reason why nobody has attempted to make that again. We as people are still dealing with insecurities, to deal with hair and nails. Yeah, for sure. What percentage goes towards recreational drug use? Because Black people love to waste money on drugs and alcohol instead of investing. That is also the truth. Let me try to pull up the chart for exactly what all of it, because I know I was looking at it not too long ago. I kind of rushed back because of my appointment, and I didn't have time to get all my stuff in together. So y'all,
That can't be true, because I feel like the consumer of drug and alcohol are white people. They can't be Black people. I'm almost certain of that shit.
wait.
They be buying. They don't want to buy. Come on, it's known. It's like,
We consume it the most. I'm not agreeing with that, but we do. Obviously, we do use it.
yeah, but I don't think that's our bread and butter. Because like I feel like if you think about drugs and alcohol, you always put a picture of a white person in your head, like using, because they be having the most expensive drugs. Like all we have is crack. That's cheap. Crack is, but you know what I mean. Like I don't know that whole we. And I'm gonna give y'all one investment kind of thing that you need to understand. Let's talk about the stock market, right? Majority of people in the stock market, and this is facts. I don't care what nobody tell you. 98% of them fail. Okay, the 2% of them that actually succeed in the stock market, that go against the market, which is the S&P 500, are actually people with money. I've never met anybody or heard of anybody that didn't have any money that was successful, unless they hustling, that was successful in the market. People only make money in investment that already have money. They made money from something else and then they invested. I hate that stigma that people say, oh, you need to invest. That's not how you make money. Investment is how you enhance money. You don't make money from investing. Like, you know what I mean? Do y'all understand what I'm trying to say? Like, if you, let's just say you have $1 million and you bought $1,000 of stocks of Amazon, that $1 million can become 1.5 million. But if you have $10, you ain't gonna make $1 million off of $10. That's not even possible. So I'm tired of y'all over here. And the most people will invest that don't have any money. It's probably at most $10,000. You're not gonna throw $100,000. You throw $100,000. That's all your wealth. You're not gonna throw $100,000 on a maybe. There's no way. So let's keep it clear. The only people that are successful in investing are people with money already. Please, I hate when people keep saying that. Oh, invest, invest, invest. Like that's the key. When if it was that easy, everybody would fucking be doing it. You know? Shit.
Okay, I'm definitely going to look that up. That's great because I'm gonna be honest with you. I was unaware of this. Said it's called. You said look up Earn Your Ledger. I'm gonna do my research and read on it more. A lot of folks got a rude awakening on how much luxury items really cost from their factories in China. So I'm surprised people still falling for falling for expensive bags and sneakers. Yeah, a lot of them, and it's crazy. You know, the craziest thing is because I got a friend that also do designer clothes and stuff like that, and he was talking about when he went to China and stuff, how cheap the products were, but you know they're selling it to us for these crazy amounts, and he trying to sell his product to our community and stuff, which you know the material is way better, but he's struggling to sell it. But obviously his prices, you know, on well, no, it depends because like a Louis and all that and stuff like that. I mean, I'm not a specialist in this. I know Takara, you do luxury stuff, so maybe you know more about this shit. But because I'll be damned if I buy any of that shit. It's just stupid to me. I don't care how much money I have. It's like I'm not buying this shit. But I just know the products and stuff is absolutely super cheap, but they make a killing with how much they sell it to us for, and we consume it. I came into the stock market with 450K that I made from trucking and real estate. But see, yeah, that's a lot to be able to invest, though. Yeah,
That's what he has proved my point. That's what I'm talking about. You have to come in with money. That's real money.
yeah. Master P told us that years ago. We didn't listen to him. What are you referring to, Ali? Mm.
What you talking? Like he came in with like 300 or like 450,000. That one put in investment, put in SP 500. That'll give you 10% because it's been going 10% every year for the past 70 years. You get 10% every year for a while. So that's 40,000 every year. Just from quick math of 400,000. That's 40,000. For us, 40,000 is a lot, but but we ain't got no money. If you have $450,000, 40,000 ain't shit to you. So that's what I'm telling people, man. Like the investment thing, trust me, I lost so much money that it's stupid. I wish I never invested in anything.
Yeah, like it's crazy. Like I know, like the stock market. I don't know. That shit kind of crazy, bro.
You have a better chance of putting a 4 pick on Prize Pick, put 10,000 out in that bitch. That's 100,000. You get 4 of them bitches right. That's $100,000 right there. Bam, you good. Every
so
year.
that's the prices of the Louis and stuff, but what do they, you know what I'm saying, the product that they use to make it, like Louis, what do they make Louis at? Paris or some shit?
No, they make it in Asia, but they ship it in Italy.
No. Well,
Most
see,
products are made in Italy.
shows you how much I give a damn about that shit. But
Italy put the brand in there. That's how it become Louis Vuitton. Most of the
see,
products are made in Asia.
how much does the actual, you know, merchandise that they use to make it cost? That should be fairly cheap.
But they did a program like that where they show the same product without the label, without the Gucci, without the Louis, without the Versace, and guess what happened? Sales wasn't the same. People like the brand name, and it's illegal for the Japanese company or the Chinese company to put the brand name without the consist, even though they have everything, the same product, the same everything. That's what they told us that during the tariff war with Trump and stuff like that. Japan say this is how much our product costs. This is what it costs when we send it to Italy, and this is what y'all pay for it.
What would I rather do? Play the lottery or the stock market?
No, stock market is better. Price pick is different. Sports betting is different. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is the best.
This is you too, though.
I know, but I ain't gonna lie. This is the best way. I hate this. This is the best way. Every year you save up $100 a week. That's 5,000. What's 45 days in 45 weeks in a year? 54 weeks in a year? It's 54. That's 5,400.
But okay.
That's 5. If you save $100 a week, that's 5,000, and you put in a 4-pick, right? Every year, only once a year, and try to get all 4 of them bitches right. That's $50,000 right there.
Yeah, the problem is you gotta hit the 4-pick.
But I've been saying you will only lose 5,000.
Uh-huh.
The little wins don't add up, my nigga. Like I'm just saying, if somebody just this is gonna sound like a gambling addict, but I'm just saying.
No, you telling me that, but you know me. You know me.
You go heavy. You go too damn heavy. But I'm like, but you understand what I'm saying? Like, if you have a goal, I say my goal is $100,000. You say, and you tell yourself, what's the least amount? What's the maximum amount I can lose that it won't bother me that I lost it. Most people, I think it's $1,000. I think $1,000 burn, but nobody will mind losing that shit. They can just go say, I gotta go work, do a few more shifts to get that shit right back. If you put that shit on, like nigga, that's the thing. Because I feel like most people, if they put $1,000 in the stock market, they're gonna feel they're gonna feel FOMO, fear of missing out or something like that. They're gonna want it faster. Because 10% in the stock market is good. 20% is like great. Any more than that, you're gambling. Like what you in that's 30% or more. So I tell people, bro, just save up, put it in a bet. If you lose, save up the next year and put it in a bet. If you lose, save up the next year, put it in the bet. If you lose, then you need to quit. After 5 years, you
need to hurry up, bro. Like a style,
man.
You know I don't know the NFL and none of that shit.
Yeah. Well, want to close this out?
Yeah, we might get ready to go ahead and just close it. Fakila, you got any closing remarks?
No, but I do think this was a great discussion, so thank you for inviting me.
All right. The chat, any follow-ups and stuff like that? I know some of y'all like D and Ali, you came in kind of a little on later. If there's anything that you might want to have touched on, I know you probably don't know exactly what we talked about because the topics up there doesn't like tell the whole thing, but basically, we talked on whether or not marriage was marriage worth it in 2025, because a lot of people are starting to think, it's no real benefit in it. And then, of course, you kind of heard the end of the Black buying power discussion. And then we also spoke on the family court, a lot of more so I think men think that it should be a major change in family court because of, them with the custody battles, most of the time judge favoring, the woman when it comes to the children and stuff like that. So you can go ahead and do, if you want to add something to it before we close out. Most people lose in the stock market because they trade options with leverage for greater gain, which could cause you to lose everything in one day due to forced liquidation on day trades. Well, I know I got cooked one time.
Nigga, I got cooked 40,000 times. Motherfucker still hurt.
Go F this. All right, DeMarcus, I'm gonna make sure I look. I'm gonna log that in because I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't know what the hell you was talking about when you put that shit. I'm gonna go ahead and take me a little snap of it. You say it's gonna be the future. I'm gonna go ahead and look at it.
Don't do that. That's what get you, bro. That's what get you. I'm telling you, bro.
About
The
looking at
stock
stuff like
market,
that.
bro. The stock market is only for rich people, bro. I'm telling you, it's only for.
I work in child support. It was wicked for sure. Okay, damn. Ali, I need you in here. Fagila, what you were about to say?
Just that I just use the stock. I mean, I use the stock market for retirement. I've never day traded. I've never sold a stock, but I buy it and I, and reinvest the dividends and just use it for retirement. But I don't have a lot of money in it, like $400,000. But I do know that if you have a large amount of money in there, like $1 million, you do get the profit off those dividends that those
Yeah.
companies are paying. So that's what you potentially can live off of if you use it for retirement.
But that only work if you have real money. If you don't have real money, it's like quarters and
But that's why
pennies.
you're
It
supposed to
doesn't
be
do.
saving. That's why you're supposed to be saving. So when it is time for you to retire, you potentially have that source as an income.
I understand. My mother-in-law, she only live off of dividends and
Capital
yeah,
gains.
yeah. That's all she live off of. She don't ever spend any of her money. She said she's making off like easy 5 figures off of just interest rate. That's it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't
And I'm
know.
like,
They,
but she has money though. She has money. I feel like I don't know. What's what's 10% off of $10,000? Because y'all not gonna invest more than that.
I mean,
That's
but check
That's
this out though.
$100.
Right. But if you are working, let's just say you start working at 20. Let's just say
Yeah.
the average person starts investing at 30 and you plan on retiring at 65, damn near 80 by the time we get up there. But let's just say you've been investing for 35 years. I mean, you should have at least $250,000, $300,000 saved in that account. I would assume if you're doing the 20 or 30% of your income.
Logically speaking, you are 100% correct. But let's keep it real. Shit happens. Like nigga, shit happens. Car wrecks, babies, or
So you going to
bills.
your retirement to do that?
You try to tell me like somebody died in the family, stuff like that. You don't go into your savings or your retirement, or not retirement, but you know what I mean, like go to savings, or you don't invest that month, or you don't invest that week, or you know what I mean. Instead of investing, you send that money to your friend or your family or a loved one because some issue happened. You don't do that, or you say no. I
I
always
mean,
gonna put $100 in the market.
No, I would. I mean, if something like that happens, then I have another savings account that I would use for like emergency funds. But like, I wouldn't go in my 401k or my brokerage account or my, mutual funds to. That's not my emergency. That's not my emergency. That's your emergency.
But I completely understand what you're saying, but I'm saying like instead of putting money into those things, into the stock market, into the SP 500, you stop and say, let me use this $400 that I usually put in my investment and send it off to my dead relative or the funeral or put my cousin into
Well, I
college or
get
put my
that.
kid into college.
I get that. But is that a one-time thing or is that something you doing for 6 months or a year?
I'm pretty sure most of us have issues that happen in the world. I mean, throughout our life, it happened like at least 10 times in a year. Like I'm pretty sure nobody year is smooth. I'm pretty sure that you have few hiccups that happened in this year alone, didn't you?
Hell yeah.
So like, but if you're strong enough to always have money to invest every single time, wow! I want your luck. I want your luck in life, cause nigga, like,
It's that I don't have kids and I don't have a husband, so I spend all my money on sort of me.
vacations.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I budget for that.
Yeah, right. Huh?
I do. I budget for that.
But you never went out wild out. You never wild out.
What you mean, wild out?
You go to Japan. Let's just say Japan, right? and you be like, damn, I want this motherfucker lobster with caviar coming out the tail. Like he said, let me, but that shit costs 1,000. He said, fuck it, I want to live life. And bam, now
Oh
you down to
hell
1,000.
no.
You know what I
Oh
mean?
no.
Like in general, like go to like
I mean,
you want
like
to
I
go
think I would have
Disneyland.
to. Yeah, I mean, I would splurge on, like, say for example, if I was to splurge, it would be like on a trip. So I mean, yeah, I get that, and I'm going in my maybe savings account, knowing that I have to pay myself back for that trip with my check from my job. So I mean, I'm not going in my stocks to get it. I'm not going to my stocks or in my IRA for anything.
Man, okay, because I keep saying I'm from a different country. Like my brother could hit me up and be like, "Hey, nigga," I gotta send him a band or two, sometimes 10, and I'm like, "Nigga, this hurt," and he don't care. He don't care what I have to say. He be like, "Hey, you live in America, but if you fucking up like that, nigga, send that money." So I sent
But
him
you know
that thing.
what? But here in America, we struggle. I think a lot of times, and it's not just speaking on Europe thing, but a lot of times people think we live in America and they converting the money in their heads, but they don't realize that when we are living here, there's no conversion. So if they say that the bag of chips costs $3, we don't convert $3 into okay, that's times 25 because the US dollar is worth this amount in our dollars.
Man, they got smart. I think because of the internet, they be. Trust me, my brother was here, but he got sent back, whatever, right? And so he know how it is. I said, but it's hard out here. It's bills and stuff like that. He'd be like, he don't want to hear none of that. It's harder in Haiti. Send that thing. So I understand that you don't have no family members and maybe you want those aunts or nieces that I won't say selfish, but I feel like you be like, I can help you on this so much. But me, I'm the type of person like if you're in a hole, I'm gonna take you. I'm not gonna send I'm not gonna throw a rope down there. I'm gonna build you an elevator so, to get you out that hole real quick. And I'm the type of person like I just don't tell you. I won't give you what you need. I give you what you need and want, so you don't never need me or want me again. But I don't know. People are
Shit,
different.
if you giving them what they need plus what they want, they coming back to you every time they need something.
Not like that. I mean, like let's just say right now, like one of my cousins, he went to start a motorcycle business. And back in Haiti, like a motorcycle, like you travel. People use like motorcycle as a taxi kind of thing. So I my whole thing is I was like, all right, then it costs $800. I sent him the $800, right? Because in my mind, if he has that business, this was gonna happen. He no longer
You
gonna
don't need
need me
me
no
no
more.
more.
So I was like, all right, cool. My whole thing, I'm the type of person I will empty out my bank account, my stock market, or anything if my family have something that they don't no longer need me. I was like, fuck it. This is why I work so hard for. I'll sell all these things so I know I can. This is America, bro. I feel like I get the money back. As long as you don't have to give me shit back. All you have to do is don't ever call me again. Don't ever hit me up again. Don't. As long as, and then the thing about it is, every single time somebody have a business idea and it's good, you don't have to be that good. You just gotta be feasible. And I call up my brothers, my sisters, and be like, "Hey, bro, let's try to finance this person so they don't have to need us anymore. And if that company does well, then they won't call his family won't call us. They'll call him. So if they have any kind of trouble going on, they're gonna call him. So I feel what you're saying there like that. You a good budgeting and everything like that, and you say, hey, you budget for but you have a career job. You make good money. Like usually with your job, it comes with a husband, but he come with a husband and some kids and shit.
See what it is she works up in child the child family court bullshit. So she knows she's like, okay, since I seeing exactly how this bullshit is, let me not get there. That's what
Can I before we get out of here, I really gotta go. I gotta go be a father. Can I ask you one personal question?
What's that?
Not you, nigga.
Oh, you said her.
Do you want to be married?
I don't know if it's a want, but I'm open to it.
Can I ask you? This is part of the same question.
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel like you met someone that you could have been with?
I feel like I probably felt like I could marry them at that time, but looking back as me right now, I think that it would have been a mistake.
So you mean like you went through you went to middle school, high school, college, your neighborhood, you move, and you only find one person that felt like that was matched to you. You didn't find multiple people because I felt like throughout
Because
life.
I feel like, well, I feel like what I would consider to be a good marriage back in the day till now has changed. So like what I felt like I needed as like marriage when I was at TSU may be different from when I was in law school, and then when I became an attorney, then when I got into family law, like what I would consider marriage to be. And that's the crazy thing, because you said something earlier and I was thinking, I don't agree with that. I used to think marriage was for love. Like it was all about love. As long as you found somebody that you love and you care about, you should marry them. But now I'm thinking I can love you and we can be boyfriend and girlfriend. But like if I'm not marrying for business,
Come
then
on.
it's
That's
not
the problem
happening.
that I was talking about
It's
earlier.
not happening.
Okay.
No,
I'm
I'm
gonna say
not.
something that's gonna probably gonna make you mutual thing because I think I'm hearing the echo. I'm gonna say something that's gonna hurt your feelings a little bit, but marriage is not a business. You should marry somebody for love, but I think because of your success, you are. I don't want to say you belittling people or thinking people are less than, but I think your success is hurting you. I don't want to say this too much. I think your success is hurting you because like the fucked up thing is this is real fucked up. People that's in your level of success, please forgive me for saying this the wrong way because I'm still learning English. They don't want to marry somebody like you. They want to marry somebody that they can actually control. They feel like, oh, this person needs me or wants my love or cherish me or enjoy my company or this person needs me around for them to continue living this certain lifestyle. With you, I feel like they feel like, oh, this person can be like, oh, fuck, I can live the same kind of lifestyle or maybe even better without even your ass. I think with somebody with your kind of success, they always come off as I can always do better by myself kind of thing. I don't know why. Every time I see somebody as successful as you always come off as I can do better by myself. I like going vacation. If you can't keep up, I go by myself. I like going get my. I like to do this and that. If you can't keep up, I can do it by myself. People don't want to be with that. Even though the person could be in the same level as you, same idea. They'd be like, I don't want to be with this kind of person. This person giving a vibe that they don't want to be around me. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I feel like I'm the exact opposite. Like I do not want to marry someone that isn't on my level.
Jamie.
I don't. I do not want to marry somebody that's not on my level. I want to marry somebody that is on my level or better. Cause as a woman,
That's
I want to
all women
submit.
though.
But they won't be with you.
I
I'm
want
sorry to say
submit.
they will not want to be with you. They're gonna want
I'm
somebody
fine with
younger.
that. If you don't want to be with me,
The,
I'm fine with that. It doesn't.
the thing about it is they're gonna be want
I'm not
somebody
offended.
younger, somebody that can control. Why would you make all that
No,
money to be with somebody that's
I don't.
competitive? Why would you want
No,
all that money to be with somebody?
I want to be with somebody that is better than me. That's smarter than me.
Mostly
That
all women
got
do
more
though.
money
That's
for me. They got a better career than me. I want to submit. I want you to be the leader. I want to listen to you. I want to trust you to make decisions. I want you to be my person. I don't want to be the leader in my relationship.
No, nobody's saying that. I'm just okay. The whole submission thing. Let's keep it real with you. If you're not submitting for a nigga that don't have anything, you're not gonna submit for a nigga that does have
I
anything.
ain't,
You faking it. You
hell
faking
no,
it.
I'm not submitting for no
If
man that don't
somebody
take care. I'm not
look.
submitting to a man that I gotta take care of. Absolutely not. For what?
When I mean submitting,
can't
I'm not like
provide.
if you're not cooking and cleaning, if that's not who you are, you're not gonna be that person when that nigga make money. That's not who you like. You just put in a
Shit.
persona. No. Nobody just switch a
Shit.
light on. Be like, I'm a submissive because that nigga make 6 figures. You're not gonna do
Shit. I
that.
can't wait to be a housewife.
It's fake. It's
I
fake.
can't wait.
If
I
you
can't
understand what I mean
wait.
about being
I
fake,
hate working.
Really, your ass don't want to be
I
doing
hate
house.
working. I hate working.
everyone
I
does.
don't wanna work 40
But it's
hours a
not
week. I
you.
wanna
It's not you
wake
because you're not
up
doing it
in
for
the
everybody.
morning, make my husband breakfast, make him a lunch, kiss him on his cheek, and send his
But
ass
you
to
don't
work.
get it
I
though.
wanna
If you're
clean
not,
up the house.
you don't get it
I wanna
though.
lay around and do nothing. I wanna make dinner and
You don't
wait on
get
him
it
to come
though.
home. I promise you.
I understand what you want, but you don't get it though. If you're not doing it for the person that you don't feel like it's qualified for, you're not gonna do it for the person that you do feel like it is qualified
Okay,
for.
but
It's
check
like
this
being
out. Okay,
it's like
but
being a
check this out
liar.
though. But check this out. So what you think? So say for example, if I marry a man, you said that I'm not gonna do that for a man that isn't on my level. Okay, let's just say that I'm an attorney and he doesn't work. Right? He is
Oh
stay-at-home
no,
dad.
that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not saying that. If you're an attorney and then nigga is a
Okay.
teacher, if you're an attorney and he's a teacher, you should look down on him because he's a teacher, even though they make way less
I'm
money
not
than
gonna
you.
I'm not look down on him because he
I'm
has
not
a
gonna
career
be with
just
him.
like I do. I know. No, it's not. No, I always get asked that question. Like, you don't necessarily have to have more money than me. I don't think that's the sole.
You
That's
just
not the
said he got to
sole
be
purpose.
the same
Yeah,
until.
yeah. I agree. I do. I would like for him to have more money than me, make more money than me, a better career than I do.
But
But
don't you?
that's
Let
if
me
he.
ask you this.
But
Let me
if he
jump in.
doesn't have that, that isn't a deal breaker.
Let me jump in now. Though. So typically for our attorney, you're gonna make 6 figures. You're gonna make that. So
Mm-hmm.
already, this is my thing. Already, you saying he got to make the same amount as you or more. You have already eliminated 90% of the men. So you already made it harder by doing that. That's the reason why they be saying.
So what's the source that you say 90% of the men don't
Bro,
make
I ain't even gotta look at the source. I just know this. Most niggas that I know,
90%?
like the niggas I be around and stuff like that, like it's the industry and stuff I work around. So I'm around niggas with money. But when I come back to Memphis and stuff like that, regular areas, bro, none of them niggas make that. None of them, not even close. So what I'm saying is that y'all only think that is a bunch of them that make it because you only surround yourself or you only pay attention to the dudes that do.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is majority of them don't. I promise you that is the truth. Majority of them don't. So when you do that, you're eliminating more, and then on top of it, you're actually on the taller side of a woman. A lot of women want a man that's taller than them. You eliminated another great percentage of men just because of that. I'm just saying, whenever you're in a career and you're saying the man has to make as much as you or more, that you are basically putting yourself in a box that, not saying that it can happen, but it's the likelihood of it happening is super low.
Okay,
You're gonna have
so
to
I said that I would like for him to make more money than me. It's not necessarily required for him to make more money than I do, but I would like that. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it.
We're not saying that it's.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. If a man makes the kind of money, let me tell you now. If a man make the kind of money you make, he will cheat on you 10 times more than a broke nigga would, because he feel like you want to hear.
I would hope that black men would have more sexual control than that, to think that solely because they make more money or the same amount of money as me, that they would be more likely to cheat. So I would.
You know who say that? You know who say that? You want to know who say that? You want to know who say that? You want to know who say that? Because I made more money than him, and I made more, and I pay all the bills. I felt like I could cheat. You know who say that? Gabrielle Union. She was the one that said it. She made more money than this NFL player she was dating. She said I was cheating on him because I felt like I was making more money than him.
But let me tell you this.
Black men don't cheat.
Hey, you know I was in the music video. Remember, I think I told you that I was in the music video for that when Lil Duval made that. Yeah, you remember I did it. We was at Jamie Foxx house when we shot it. The Black Man Don't Cheat music video that was like in 2018. Because him and then Charlamagne the God came last, like a little later. I didn't see him, but you know, yeah. So I'm just saying that solidified me because you know. But
I ain't gonna lie to you. Let's keep it with you. We just gotta go for it. I gotta be a father. If a nigga making all that kind of money,
that's why
let's make it confusing. Like, if he making that kind of money, let's be real with you. He's focused on whatever he has to do to make that money. So that means he didn't get no pussy with the amount that he wanted. He didn't get the baddest bitches that he wanted. He probably got his numbers probably in the single digits. Like he not, like now he got all that money. You try to tell me that I have $20 million and I'm fucking a set. That don't make no sense.
And I think women don't understand that, bro. Like, if a man, I'm not saying they talking about the self-control, but think about this. This man,
why do you even have it?
If you get rich, more than likely, like of course some of them may be born into it, or let's just say they
still do it.
they might have a blessing that they get it very early. But most men, if they become rich, it typically happens when you're 40 plus. So you're telling me that they're gonna work hard for 40 plus years, get rich, finally get to the maximum part of his life where he's able to obtain pretty much any woman he wants. And he's going to just sit there and stay with that one woman. Like, y'all got to really think about how that shit sounds.
But
I told you I work at Bel Air Country Club, bro. Everybody cheating that bitch. I work at Bel Air Country. Everybody. They come in that bitch with somebody that looks nothing like their wife. I'm like, nigga, this bitch Asian. But they be cheating their ass off, and guess what happened? The wife ain't going nowhere because guess what happened? He gave her this lifestyle, and he don't say it out loud, but they think in their mind they can because they make millions. Bitch, you got this made, you got these houses, you go to as much vacations as you want, you got all the cocaine you want. The only reason I'm with you is because your daddy have money and I have money. Now our money will never go away. But I'm not even in love with you. This is to them. It's not even business. It's like to keep the money together.
Well, D, of course, because see, this is the thing. I think this is another thing that I think women don't understand. Men that's making under the $100,000 and stuff like that, some of them are getting it, but most dudes aren't fucking like that, like y'all think. It's not as easy as you think. I think if women understood everything dudes have to go through to try to smash, you would understand that, okay, it's not as easy as we think it is. And you would understand that obviously a broke nigga can cheat on you. We understand that. But the likelihood of him doing it is lower because he's not going to be able to attain it as easily as somebody that's making the top tier money. Because a bunch of women going to be on him. You know what I'm saying? Because they understand he has that.
And they keep secrets when you have money. A broke nigga that don't have any money, he's gonna get told. He's gonna get told on. She gonna say, especially if she fall in love with that nigga. If he got more money, if he got money and he cheating on stuff like that, she ain't gonna say shit. She gonna be like, all right, then nigga, just keep paying me and I keep quiet.
Eventually, if they get to the point where they like, hey, I want this, and you be like, no, because I think that's what happened to Shannon Sharp. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Nigga, duh. She was getting too old.
I think he was doing stuff for her. And then eventually she was asking him for too much, and he was like, "Nah, I can't do that for you." And she was like, "Okay."
25 a cheek. You want something? I think that's what happened to Diddy too. I think because I ain't gonna lie to you. What's that girl name? Young Miami. Matched his freak. He matched his freaking. He matched Diddy's freakiness. He was like, she said, "I like getting peed on. I like doing all that stuff." She's like, and she was public with it too, so she didn't give a fuck.
You can say girls throw it out easy. Yes, girls, but they throw it out easy only for certain type of dudes. That's what I think they don't understand. Regular dudes, yeah. But when I tell you it's so many dudes that just not doing nothing, it's so many. They're not getting none at all. is a lot of them. I don't know if this statistically true or not, but they say, I think 80% of like a great percentage of dudes die virgins. They don't get none at all.
Nigga, it's still lower.
In America now, if you talk about only in America, sure, it's easier in America, but still, even in America, dudes like they say if you're able to smash more than 5 girls a year, you're in the top tier. And see, they think it's just so easy. It's not.
Okay, I'm gonna say this and we got we'll go. But like it's like this, right? Have you somebody like Trey Songz or like when he actually be on these hoes, like when he uses his power to get on these girls, people like be like shocked. Oh my god, he's a womanizer. That's what he's supposed to be. The other niggas are gay. That's what he's supposed to be, my nigga. Like let me tell you something now. Like a lot of these millionaires don't understand this. When I was in All American, when I was doing All American stuff like that, this dude was like because he's successful. He's lame. He don't know how it works. I was like, bro, you ain't got to spend.
Chris, you like a nigga to play Chris?
Nigga, I said you ain't got to
put him out like that. Go ahead.
Nigga, I say you ain't gotta do none of these things. You ain't gotta spend no money. You ain't gotta spend no time.
Hey.
Just the lifestyle you having can get you some pussy. Like I understand it. I don't understand how you, but they're so lame though. They need a nigga like me, like to be around. But they cut niggas like me around because the baddest bitch comes to me and just talk to my right out that motherfucking money. And they're like, look here, my nigga. Like you have access to all this stuff they want. So I like it's just confusing, but like she's a lawyer, and I'm trying to say other lawyers don't typically male lawyers, and I forgot where the stats was, but other lawyers don't date other lawyers. They usually date like nigga bartenders or some wicked job or hustle, some bullshit job. Doctors don't date nurses. They either date other doctors or they date a stay-at-home wife. Nurses date other nurses, or they date up or anything like that. But I just don't see most professional, successful CEOs don't date other CEOs. I've never seen a male CEO dating a CEO. I've never even heard of it.
These dudes were making minimum $500K. Yeah, that's what it is, bro. It's literally what it is. Like, I think, I'm not the type that first alcohol and all kinds of be aggressive with it. I think women are got to get out of their delusion to a degree to believe that you can have it all. When you want to do it to make top tier money, tall, faithful. Like you're not gonna get all of that. You gotta deduct one of those off.
Nigga, fuck all that, nigga. You okay? Top tier money alone, you're not gonna get nothing else. Fuck that. If you top tier money alone, you're not gonna get anything else.
That wants the top tier money
y'all
plus
want us to
the high
settle?
end to be faithful. What'd you say, love?
Y'all want us to settle?
Okay, let me tell you something about settling, and I'm gonna get up for real. The settle thing is not settling. It's more what's the word? Compromising. All right. If okay, we'll talk. Let's just keep it real. If it was me and you, right? I like you like me, whatever, right? But I don't make no more, and I don't make no kind of money like you make. Guess what happened? If I love you a lot, I will never say nothing bad about you. I try. Here's the key thing. I try my best. I'm not ever staying at home. I always try to go out there, try to get that money. Or I'm trying to go to school, try to better myself and everything like that. Try to match your hustle, whatever. But I'm never gonna catch up to you. You're doing way better than I am. But you see the effort is there. You see, I even let's just be with you. I work out and look good for you. I rub your feet when you long day. I listen to your problem. I do certain things like that. Is that still settling? Is that still you still feel like that's settling? Just because the money's not the same, or I'm still a little hood, and you more in the sophisticated side of life. Is that still settling? If the effort is there and the love is there, is that still settling? You say it is?
It depends.
I don't know how is it. We'll talk. If I make millions of dollars and my wife loves me, and she does, and she care about me, I don't even think I will ever settle. I feel like, man, I don't think she's gonna be with me with the money or without the money. Fuck if she don't add nothing to it.
The problem is, I know we're supposed to be closing this out. I think the biggest problem is, I think women has gotten to the point that they think their value is the same value that men's value. A man's value is how much he can bring in and protect and stuff like that, provide and protect. But men don't look at your value as how much you can bring in and provide. Like that's how we look at it. It's like, okay, baby, you want to work and stuff. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? If he's the type of guy that's okay with his woman, you know, working like that, like that's cool. But that's not really what I majorly love you for. I love you because of, you know, the nurturing, the, you know, the submissiveness, the you know, the loving and care that you bring and support that you
The
bring,
peace.
and the peace, not your money. So when they try to say you're selling, men doesn't, they're not looking at your income as that. And the ones that, like, you know what I'm saying, that do make it and stuff like that, if you have a certain, this is the thing, when you work those type of jobs and stuff like that, I'm just gonna, for me, my experience, when a woman works like certain type of jobs and shit like that, that's kind of more on the masculine side, you tend to get into it with them a lot more.
I try to tell you.
You're gonna get into it with them a lot more than you are a woman that's working at Family Dollar and just come home and, you know, chill. That's why Pop the Balloon is entertaining but a failure. Contestants nitpicking on minors, superficial. Yeah, I agree 100%. It Pop the Balloon opened up so much shit because you know the analogy I used to use, because it be so much on the women's side when a man can walk in, he ain't said nothing, did nothing. As soon as he walk in, bah, 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 they just pop it. And I was like, bro, Jesus could resurface himself and wear his same attire. You know what I'm saying? Wear his same attire, this Jesus sandals, the clothes and stuff, and he could be the greatest man to ever walk the damn earth. But all of them will pop on him just because of his looks. Like I was like, bro, they be tripping. And then some of the times they'll hear the man out, but like, oh, I didn't know that you didn't give it a chance.
But guess what? When he say, "Oh, I'm a doctor, I'm an entrepreneur, I made this amount that last year, whatever," guess what happened? Now you know for a fact they're only with you because of what you have. They're not with you because of who you all in. That shit. They as soon because I seen them pop the balloon when they get the balloon back. When the niggas say, "Oh, I'm a doctor," oh, I want my balloon back. I was like, "Come on with that shit now."
You know, it's crazy though. Folks might not believe me when I make this statement. I think if I'm with the white woman and stuff like that, though, I don't care how much money I'm making, I actually think I could be loyal and faithful to that woman. But it gotta be the white one. Like if she ain't giving me a headache and stuff like that, and I'm happy.
No, that's part of it. That's part of life. That's part of it. That's part of it.
You know,
the thing about marriage is that when they give you the headache, when they give you the trouble, you still want to stay. You still want to work it out. You still want to. You don't see them. You don't see yourself ever leaving this bitch. I mean, this person. You don't ever see yourself. You know what I'm trying to say. I don't want to put your business out there. I thought the girl was it.
Oh. Initially with is an Ann.
I thought y'all was gonna be husband and wife.
Which one? And her name start with an N or
yeah. There's another letter.
Nigga, I'm trying to figure out who you talking about.
With the kid, nigga, you used to live with.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I thought y'all still together, to be honest with you. But she was a liar, but I don't know what the fuck wrong with you. She was a liar.
Nigga, you don't know all that. You don't.
I know she was crazy. I know that, but all girls are crazy. Trust me, I know this lawyer that be going on vacation all the time, and she don't want to be with no nigga that don't make her same money as her. Niggas, bitch, these motherfuckers are crazy.
Fuck you.
Hey, for real though, I see. It's crazy, man. It's so much history and stuff like that, man. But like I say, you would have to live in the shoes to really understand. That's all I'm gonna say with that.
All right, man, let's get out of here, bro. I got a way to go.
All right, hey, never mind. I'll text you about it. All right, so thank you everybody for coming through there. You know, sharing y'all a little time with us and, you know, interacting with us and shit like that. You know, it's been a great time and stuff like that. I'm gonna start out my normal lives starting tomorrow. Swear to God, I'm gonna be up and running. You know, starting tomorrow morning, I will have a morning show, night show, and I'm gonna be releasing way more than I've been typically doing. Gotta make time out for it, but yeah, like I said, appreciate everybody, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.